So per individual organization, I'm optimistic that they can do an effective job of cyber defense. As a matter of fact, my next book through Roman and Littlefield is called Cyber Defense: How to Counter Targeted Attacks. And I'm completely optimistic that if only you knuckle down and do what Lockheed Martin does, because they've got the best I've ever seen, you can defend yourself and not fall victim to cyber attacks. And, on the other end of the spectrum is the people who do nothing. And it's very nice because they self-identify by falling victim to ransomware. That tells you a lot about that organization, right? If they actually shut down and can't recover or have to pay the ransom, they aren't even doing IT, right? They don't have backup and recovery systems. That's like, I thought we were beyond that 20 years ago, right? Because I used to do backup and recovery when I got out of school, and I religiously cut that tape at the end of every day for our CAD CAM systems and put them in a rack. And at the end of every week, somebody would take it home and put it in a safe box. Come on, we know how to do that. And there are lots of solutions for it. There are billion-dollar companies that will help you do that. There's startups today that will do that for you. And people aren't doing it. So I'm sure there are going to be many, many devastating attacks that take advantage of that. Certainly the federal government, state governments will fall victims to them as well. But I'm also certain that if only they would just listen to me, they wouldn't suffer those attacks. But listening to me and the things I prescribe are going to be expensive and change the way they do business, and they're just not going to do it. They'll spend 10 times as much to recover from the attack, and Congress will have all sorts of hearings for the next big attack, and the Cyber Safety Review Board will come in and spend 6 months going, what? We got to do something about vulnerabilities. We're 30 years since that was a thing. US CERT was created to tell us about vulnerabilities. Now we got a special committee, and we got CISA, everybody, that their only job appears to be to tell us that something's vulnerable and we should patch. So that's going to go on forever, which makes me extremely optimistic about the industry I'm part of, and that there'll always be a need for the 3,170 vendors that I track. It's always going to be growing because, they've got the attackers helping them justify the investment all the time.